That we be cameraman, please. Thank you, sir. All right, so we're gonna do our typical warm up.
We got a sexy cameraman today.
Before we get into any instruction, starting from this kind of quasi body lock pass position, right? Just smashing my heels to my butt. He doesn't want me to create space between my heel and my butt because then I'll turn it off in a second. I'm sorry for the distraction. If I get space between my heel and my butt, I can effectively use these butterfly hooks, but he shuts them down if he pins them in my butt, right? So with this forward pressure, we're going to hit what's called forward shift. I've done this all month, right? Just my new person, right? As you give me this forward pressure, we're going to cross face or collar tie. We're going to bring our knees to our chest to load him where his head comes in line with our head. Ready? Give me some actual forward pressure. Like you really don't need to keep these hips flat, right? Okay. Now we're going to do a forward shift where we take our feet, the sole of our foot. We're going to take it straight towards that wall along the mat. As we come up, and our head crosses the line of our hips, we're going to get a cross snap here. Now, what I'm immediately looking for, if I can get it, is our high risk position. But in this case, we have chest connection, chest to shoulder connection. So I've got to create space to get that high risk position. So I'm going to create space by just putting a wedge in between his body and mine, his shoulder and mine, and just a slight kind of step with my hip. I'm trying to angle my hip out. That's it. Just enough to fit the wrist in there. As this opens up, my head shoots to the opposite side of his body, or tries to go to his opposite shoulder, as my elbow rotates underneath, and my wrist comes up to this high risk position. As high as I can get it. It's not going to be as high as you would get it in a typical front headlock. I'm locking up at the notch, and then we're falling to our hip for our high risk guillotine. The finish is constantly trying to get our elbows to line up with his spine. Okay, so one more time. As they really commit to smashing these hooks and not letting me work here, we're going to go with that energy, with that momentum. Bring the knees to the chest, or the collar tie so we can direct his head. Forward shift into a cross snap. We make space, and you look for that high wrist. Work the wrist inside, fall to a hip. Elbows rotating towards the spine for the finish, okay? All right, any questions? All right, I know y'all have done this all month. Do you have any questions? I'll be walking right through that. Yeah, cool. All right, 1, 2, 3. What's up, Brian? What's up, y'all hit 10 and then circle back up when you're done so I know you're done. What's your drive? Breaking hearts and breaking arms. Oh, is that the name? Yeah, I got 10 designs dropping Friday, or hopefully Friday, maybe Monday. Okay. What about the shorts? Yeah, we can get shorts. Now you can get shorts. What design do you want? Maybe like just the ones I have, or do you want something else? Yes. Just I don't like this. They just want some longer ones. Yeah. I'll see if I can. Okay. We'll check the supplier. No. Okay. Scroll snap. I'm really got super first. I'll give you a lot. I don't even know. Imagine getting this. I don't like the trap. I like here. I do it. You can randomly that one feels a little better. Yeah, I got a little more round. Oh shit. Yeah. So he higher you get that, it's here. That's more. I made just kind of. I'm not because that's all. It looks. Absolutely. That would be a gap. Yeah, doing this for a young photographer. And the second that one, I got scared for a young friend. I think it's if I get already that's okay, so I'm here. All of one. Like whenever I shoot you up and try to do this, I think I try to I was just trying to feel what I need to do to I'm used to that. Yeah, remember how chance yeah, it seems. Yeah, nothing that was. I don't know if you just. I felt pressure. People have on their pretty sure I'm the shot. But it really some stuff. So pressure and your body at a time and trying to look at whatever. I'm doing I know I'm doing it looks like Dan is no line over and over. I thought this line for spot. I tried to continuously grab it to not respond. So I just and I'm talking about my body touching it. That's not always elbow to be I don't know, honestly, no, like just this. Yeah, it's not it's hard to like or if I'm serious about the class session, take that. Yeah, like I'll shoot through like this. I'm small rather than like high res. Like this. And the high res, the high like this, like this. So all I gotta do is but that's 10. All right, so let me fill this fan so we can get higher. I feel the fans out of here. Yeah, even with it assess like the eyes pilot out on the way to go. 100%. Thank all this stuff. Hang out. Yeah.
All right, guys. Zach, you got me, bro? Hey, today's a big review.
So anything you feel like you struggle with, hopefully we'll cover today. And if you particularly struggle with something,
this month or last month because we've been on front headlock for 2 months now. Now's the time to ask your specific questions regarding anything we've been over. To start, well, first off, does someone have something specific that we've been covering? Because I've got plenty of, I'm going to just go up down the line of everything as much as time allows. But if you got something specific, I want to prioritize. All right. And Zach, hey, and bring it in a little bit whenever we get in here. Let's do, first off, we're going to do just a little group review of fundamental front headlock control. All right. So 3 points of control. Y'all walk me through them. I know you know my
Shoulder on the back of the neck.
Yes. Why?
Because you can track them if they go forward or backward.
Oh, they can't go straight up.
Forward. Yeah, not backward, right? You can go backward right now. That's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You
Not
track
fun- not
backward
fun
with
for
the
me.
hand on the tricep, right?
What's that?
Hand on the tricep to track backwards.
That's the chin strap.
What's the primary thing? What's that?
Chin strap.
Yes. So now the guy, if he goes forward, and if he goes backwards. Okay. What else? There's really 2 more things I want to fix here.
Stay in center, lined up.
Yeah, that is my goal if I want to control the position, is to keep our spines aligned.
Keep
Yes.
split up.
Yes.
They're out
That's
mainly
what I'm looking for. All right, look, if I'm active and Chad gets active, if I don't have any active foot, he's always going to beat me, or he's likely always going to beat me to the clinch if he decides to get active and start trying to circle out. Yep. Like, if I already have an active foot though, I already have something to start resisting that and tracking that as he gets active. Now he gets active. Yeah. Much easier for me to circle and maintain my alignment. We never want both knees on the mat. We can have both knees off, or we can have our secondary knee off. Okay. Secondary defined as the side that is not the side touching his neck. Right. We call this the primary because I'm touching his neck. This is the secondary arm and secondary side. Primary side, secondary side. All right, last one. Still one in here. Last point of control.
On.
Hand on his arm. Back of his tricep.
Let's be specific. Yeah. Why?
Because if he tries to posture up, you can use it to like pull him down.
That's one. Yes. Any other reasons? There are other reasons.
That can stop you from circling around to the hip.
It helps me stay connected as he tries to circle. Yep. What else? Why might I want to control this elbow?
Dictates if you get a guillotine, like straight on or on men, or taking back.
Yes.
Good for any hit arm choke.
Oh, yeah, because you can
Yes.
set up your go behind.
This elbow is really what he does with his defensive hand. His primary defensive hand is going to dictate my options, right? And often this game is making him do things that are desirable for us with that hand, giving it a job so we can go elsewhere where he's not ready to defend. So, like if I'm just here, and also yes, taking the back for sure, right? But also if I can just giving this elbow a job, either by attempting a strangle where he has to come in and start trying to defend, so that I can start to go behind, or even if I just want to hit a go behind, I'm going to have to be able to block this elbow and track this elbow. So yes. Are there any questions about controlling the position? No? Okay. Let's play a quick game. And then we'll do a flow from this position to review a couple other things, and then we'll move on. All right. There's no questions, right? All right. Game is just our standard alignment game we've been playing. So what I want you to focus on is the exact points of control we just discussed: shoulder to neck, chin strap, tracking elbow, at least a secondary foot active. This is your starting position. My job on top is to just stay in line the whole time. I'm not trying to strangle him, not trying to go anywhere else. His whole job is to get himself out of a front headlock. Okay. Two little caveats here though. If we're fighting for position, right, and we suddenly
we end up here. I'm still in front headlock. Just because we were inverted, I don't care. We're still active here if he hasn't freed his head. You can't attack a sub, but you can take them wherever you want as long as you're in a front headlock. Okay, I don't care if you're seated or if you're in a standard front headlock, you're inverted. As long as you have their head and you have control of this elbow, you've got your chin strap, my shoulder's touching the neck, his head's not out, we're in a front headlock. I don't care where your bodies and your hips are or where you're facing. Next, one more thing I'll give you. The goal is alignment. His goal getting out is creating angles, and also often they're going to start building height. If he starts building height just off his elbows to his hands, this is where this grip, this hook grip, comes into play. Because as we lock our elbow, pinch our elbow down, and we start to use this momentum and circle our hips out, we can use our chin strap and this elbow to drag him back down. If he starts building height to his hands and getting off his knees, this is where, at this point, this isn't going to work. We're going to have to disengage the chin strap and come kind of like double meat hooks and drag back down here. And then we can go back to our chin strap. All right. I just want to give you all those two things. Don't let them build height, because if they continue building height and you don't address it, they're going to get out. Okay. Any questions on the tasks or the goal? Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Every time you get your head out, y'all switch. And play these games to win. All right, this isn't drilling. This is, you're trying to win a game here. But no subs. You gotta start building height, creating angles, Brian. You don't want to hold him up. Don't work harder than you have to, Zach. Don't work harder than you have to. Lock your elbows, retract your elbows. Let your body do most of the controlling, not your arms. Breathe. You got to address that height. You got to address that height, Zach. Body lock. He's off his knees. He's off his knees. Yeah. Double hooks. There you go. Come on, get your head out of there, Ian. He doesn't even have it anymore. You got it. Circle out. Or sit through now. Nice. Use your body. Camden. Use good mechanics. Let gravity and your body, let them do the pulling, not your arms. Manhandling is only going to take you so far in this sport, brother. Try to beat the elbow and start building some height, Brian. Start circling out if you can, all right? He's circling out. Try to take your head towards his chin and start circling. Yep. Going your back's fine too. Yep, there you go. Nice. Stay on him, Ian. Good, nice. Good recovery. Nice. Good job. Remember, if they get off their knees, go double over hooks with the little meat hooks. Pull them back down. Pull with your hips, though. 25 seconds. Double overs, Chad. Double overs, Chad. Yep. Nice. Hey, way to track it. Way to track it. Good. That's good. If you had heisted right there at the last minute, like right there at the last second, you would have kept it. You didn't get your hips out of there. Time. Hey, get some water if you need it. There's water in the fridge, or there should be. If there's not, let me know. I got more water at the bottom of the stairs. Um, is it empty? Okay, good. How did that feel? Did anyone give you a particular problem over and over that you feel like you couldn't solve?
Definitely the standing up to get the double triceps.
Yeah, I can.
It feels like there's a point of like once they get here and all their weight sacking, I feel like realistically you do like an ankle pick or something.
Yes.
But there seems to be like a point of like I'm sagging everything and they won't come down.
That's where. So that's it. Yeah, that's a good point. If Chad, there's a moment where if Chad's off his knees, he's built so much height and he started taking his weight back towards his hips, where it's going to be really hard for me to effectively use this, right, without a ton of strength. But this is also prime real estate. Look at where we are right now, right? If he's here, all I'm looking to do is we're going to hit this cradle, right? We're going to go elbow deep on the knee. We're going to take our forehead in his pocket, right? Take him on down. He's giving us the cradle.
You could stay inverted headlock from there, I guess, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want, yeah.
Stick with it.
Yeah, or you can pull on through and start going Darce. It's up to you. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a point where if they've already built the height and the weight is now not in their hands, it's in their hips. They're starting to push back into their hips. That double over is probably not going to work. Any questions on anything that we just did?
The grip on the chin strap grip.
Mhm.
Like if they go to defend it, like is there a way to really keep them getting that, like destroying or taking away your chin strap grip?
Show,
Like
can you show me?
deeper through,
Well, show me what you mean. Like, what were they doing? Were they just getting like 2-on-1?
or not yet. I think were you getting 2-on-1?
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
trying it out.
you're just pretty much gonna have to battle with that, right?
Yeah, but also like, are you making sure you're contouring that chin strap so you're not making it easy for them?
Oh yeah, it wasn't easy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think part of that's just like grip fighting with it.
Okay.
And him doing a good job. But like as I start to contour and try to respect my hand, I can start at least hiding more things for him to grab, make it really hard.
Okay.
But also the thing that will really help with the grip fighting situation is attacking, even if it's a half-hearted attack. But like something you should emphasize is as soon as possible from this position of control, it happens like lightning. It doesn't need to be like we're playing a game right here, right? But in reality, we want to start throwing up attacks, getting to high risk position as quickly as possible to give them, first off, more anxiety because they're that much closer to a submission, right? And bigger reactions in those defenses so that we can get what we really want, which is the back. Because I mean, I'm probably sat there trying to strip for what 12 seconds.
Yeah.
If we really want the back, front headlock's great, but it's never the end all. We don't finish people in the front headlock generally, even though I showed y'all some submissions from the position. The crown of the sport is going to be the back always. And the front headlock is meant to just be a transition state to either a submission like a guillotine or the back, which is a positional improvement. Any other questions off what we just did?
I know I kind of touched on it with you over text, but like the whole front head, turtle, go behind game, that's like turtle's like the golden egg of ADCC. Like if at all you're about to get past or anything, just turtle. That's like if you can, even if you tip them over into side control, it's not a point. Like you got to be able to control them enough to either get to the back or to mount, or you're not going to be able to score. So it's like this is really good because like if you got good attacks there, they have to open up and then maybe you could score or just get your attacks. So if any of you guys are interested in competing under that rule set, this is like butter.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all one quick drill. I know this is review for most of it, so we're not gonna do a bunch of reps of it because I want to make sure we at least touch on most things that we covered the past month. But I'm just trying to jog the memory, give you a few more bullets down the barrel, and have it all in one recording for you to go back and hopefully you'll just have to watch one thing if you don't want to have to watch every class in the past month. But you're also welcome to do, right? But here's a quick flow from the same position. So 180. All right. So from Zach, can you check the camera, please? Thanks. All right, from here. First thing we're going to be looking for is, so we've got our control. We want to immediately threat as soon as possible. The best form of threat from here, submission wise, is always going to come from a high risk position, right? Or that's what we're going to go for, right? So to get the high risk position, that's defined as my wrist comes high. Like that's why we call it high risk. You see how my knuckles are peeking out over his back? This is the high risk position. For us to get the high risk position, the benefits of this position, first off, is a 2-for-1. I'm covering both arteries now with one arm, which leaves my other hand free to reinforce, to fight the elbow, whatever I need to do. And he's already got a little bit of pressure going in. Okay, it's not going to finish him, but it's uncomfortable. But when we combine this, and we combine these threats, and he really starts reacting to this good. He opens up other things. He opens up pathways to the back. Right. Or we get the submission. Great. Right. So to get the high risk position, our head has to move. If my head stays right here and doesn't move at all, that's as far as I can go. Like really trying. And that's not high risk. We have to shift our head to the other side of his center line in order to create mobility for our hand to come all the way up. Okay, so chin strap, my head has to shift across the center line. Watch, see how my ear is glued to him still? I'm not coming up. I'm just looking up, and now my elbow can rotate underneath, and my knuckles can peek out the back. And look, and I'm not lazy here. I'm trying to compress inward. I want to put pressure on the artery immediately and make it uncomfortable. From here, we've got our high elbow, our low elbow. We've got all kinds of options. The first thing we're going to do tonight for just a few reps, we're going to hit that center line shift to get to the high wrist. We're going to lock up our, we're going to round this corner. Now we're going to lock our elbow or our wrist with our high elbow. I want to make sure I'm blocking this tricep. Okay. Now, as I start to attack this, it's even better if I can get my leg thrown over. So I'm here, I'm rounding the corner, leg over. I'm trying to make it easy. I'm not going to come that disconnected from him in reality. I always want my chin trying to touch his neck if I can. But the finish is always going to be elbows coming in line with the spine. All right, so one more time. And I'll do it right this time. My chin, I was trying to be nice, but my chin is always looking for the back of his neck, even though I'm probably not going to be able to touch it. Here, center line shift, high wrist. We block that elbow, we lock our wrist. My elbow's pointing towards the ceiling, and I'm pulling my own hand into the artery the entire time. Here, I step over the hip. Sorry, I fall to the hip, and my elbows try to line up with his spine. All right? Questions on that? All right, 1, 2, 3. Sorry.
That was good.
Thanks, man.
My face went numb.
Maybe I can get another clip for Instagram.
Yeah. It's a good song.
Nice. Yep. Follow the hip. Follow your hip. Your left hip. No. Your left hip. All good. Yep. Yep. Perfect. Start around the corner. Leg over. Follow the hip. Drive the elbows towards the. Yeah. Oh, that looks good.
Sorry, I'm scared.
It-
I could feel it be so tight. I'm sorry.
It's a tight one. This is tight, but that does look good. Yep. Yep. Nice.
Okay.
Try to and if you keep the shoulder connected as much as possible to the neck, it's going to make it that much tighter. Yeah, the same shoulder you had on for the front headlock, it just never really leaves.
Okay.
Yes. Nice. Yeah, start to round that corner and get your knee past your tricep just so we're blocking that elbow. And then you keep rounding that corner and the leg over across the far hip. This one sucks. Sucks. It's tight.
I like learning tricks, but also I don't do well getting
It's even worse to be that guy. Like has to like finish.
Yeah, his face was turning.
It sucks.
It's like turning blue.
Lock that elbow with your knee so you can use that hand. Yeah. There you go. Keep rounding that corner, Zach. Round it some more, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Round it some more. You've won at this point. What's he gonna do? You're blocking the elbow.
Yeah.
So like round that
Keep
corner.
rounding it.
Keep making sure that you've got that wall there as you're rounding, kind of like it's like a fireman's pole. Rounding that corner. Now over.
We're doing culture professional.
Exactly. Luke, you gonna come train more often now?
Sure hope.
Yeah.
I think you get there more again. It's just on what's up. I just haven't been showing up lately. To be honest, I'm not even busy or anything. I still have to start. Well, except for Monday and Tuesday.
I'd love to see you in here, bro.
Yeah, work is fun. Where do you work? We had a job in Natchez.
I used to work with that. Okay.
You got ADCC member.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you can.
No way.
Yeah,
I
you
could.
can.
I wish I could.
You can.
Hear that, real. I'm like using that to like keep myself.
Yeah.
All right, time everybody. I know, I know we're not hitting a lot of reps, but I want to make sure we review more stuff. All right. This is a quick one. All right, y'all. We went over a couple of things. Here, that's all you lose. We went over cross snaps this month. We've been doing it all month in the monthly flow, right? We've been doing it from here where we hit our forward shift and then we cross snap. And all I mean by this is I'm snapping and it's a snap down from across or two across the body, beating him to my other arm. But we don't have to hit it from the forward shift. We can hit this from a butterfly or seated guard. Like if we're here playing, I push, I get that reaction, and I feed. Right. So you hit it from anywhere. But the idea is the general idea, especially for playing from this position, the seated guard, is I put a reaction out to get the reaction back. Right. If Hudson doesn't resist at all, I just push him over. Nobody is going to do this. Right. Hudson might because he just wants to attack my legs. He's like, okay, right? But look, I push him and he's going to push back, right? And it's if I go with that reaction, you get good at timing these reactions. That's where you feed him into the pocket, feed him to the hole. Okay. So that's cross snap. We don't have to necessarily drill it. You've been drilling it all month, right? Forward shift, you've also been drilling all month. But just to reiterate, this is any time that I'm able to load my partner in this butterfly hook position. I've got butterfly hooks. I'm able to load him, and then I'm able to extend laterally along the mats. Okay, it's not like I'm pushing him up towards the ceiling. I'm just trying to think to keep it low and straight, and you'll do it right. Okay, so, but to do it, I have to load him. If I do it right now, it's just like a ton of work. I might be able to get it. So I got strong legs, right? But probably like for me, for this to work on anybody of any strength against anybody of any size, we need to load them. Right? We need to become the ball. So I'm going to bring my knees to my chest, and this presupposes that he's giving me a lot of pressure. If he's not giving me a lot of forward pressure, then we're going to do something else, right? I'll just like get kind of nasty with my frames and push him away, and then I can use my hooks. But if he doesn't want me to get my hooks back, he's really giving me that pressure. That's when we let him pressure forward and we take our knees to our chest. And I get his head in line with my head. And then forward shift. Let him pull me up. Okay. I'm not pushing him up, so to speak. I am guiding him up with my legs, but I've already like loaded him. So it's not like I'm doing a ton of work. And I'm definitely not going to come like this disconnected from him. I'm just proving a point that it's not like I'm trying to push him up, right? Oh, right there. There's lots of attacks from this forward shift too. Like we went into guillotines, but depending where we are, like we have shoulder crunch, shimmy gaishis, all kinds of good stuff that you can hit. I play that a lot from that forward shift. Are there any questions on the forward shift or the cross snap? Okay. Let's see. The next one, let's do our let's go over some DARs. All right, so from our front headlock, we're gonna do a drill where we hit our go behind, we're gonna hit our 3/4 Nelson into our DARs. Okay. So again, all review stuff, it's all review from the month. But if you missed some of the classes, some of this might be new. I'll be walking around. We'll spend a little more time on this. All right, so for the go behind, the name of the game in any form of getting to the back is this elbow, right? That's why we emphasize control. And it's why even as I start to make angle, whether I'm blocking with my knee or my head or anything, right? The name of the game is just blocking the elbow so that I can get to the back, right? So we've got knee block go behinds here. We got head block go behinds. Like they've all as long as I find a way to block this elbow, we're good, right? That's the key idea of a go behind. Doesn't really matter what you block it with. What we're gonna do here, one of the more effective ones, or the ones that I use, probably the one I use the most, is the knee block. Just always there, especially if we were attacking, giving them a job, so where they have to defend this, right? So if I go with my high risk and he goes to defend here, when we're here and we've made it to the back, there's not like we will be able to continue circling to the hips and covering the hips, which is what we really want in a second. But you can't hang out here for a second, right? We see what he does. He's doing nothing. I could staple and I could start to circle on, and now I've got back exposure. But sometimes they might stupidly reach out and grab my foot, and that would be great because now we get to lock up our seat belts, start taking the back, all that good stuff. So let's just see if they're dumb before we go on to the back, okay? Because or inexperienced is maybe the better word. But let's just see if they're a little naive, all right? Because you might get an even better back position if you just wait a second, have a little checkpoint. All right, but what we're going to do here, I'm going to give his hands a job by threatening a choke, and then as he defends, I'm blocking the elbow temporarily and replacing it with my knee. Watch my head bend to the far shoulder. Okay. From here, okay. From here, I'm coming through. Okay, we can grab 10 fingers, or we can grab gable, up to you. Bringing the elbow back over the head. I'm moving my leg back as a post, and now I'm going to try to take his head, his chin, to this near side armpit. I'm not trying to like flip him over or push into him this way. Like get a good post with your left arm. Like post out where you could drive back with your left arm. Like I don't want to go that way. That's where he's going to be strong. I want to go into his armpit right here. So I'm putting this out as a drive leg, and then I'm going to start to take his chin right here to his armpit. And we landed as kind of like north-south position. Okay. 180, please, or 90 degrees, please. Thank you. So I land here. Immediately, I don't want to stay in north-south because if I do nothing, Hudson's just going to come right back up to his knees. And now I've got to like break him back down. Okay. So I don't want this. As soon as we get here, I'm starting to circle out and I'm putting in a wall, just my body, to make it hard for him to get back. Okay. Now, with my hand still connected, I'm going to pull my hand through and get my elbow kind of like near the back of his head here, like this. I'm just trying to pull this strangle arm as deep as I can, okay? Without letting go, without losing contact, we go bicep. When we start walking our hand up, we have to get our head out of the way. Now, I start to take the knee on the belly or the knee on the chest, and it's a rotational finish. So now that everything's nice and locked up, we want to make our choke arm as shallow as possible. We wanted it deep, as deep as possible at first. Now we want it as shallow as possible. And we'll drive my head towards the mat. Right there. Right, so one more time. And we'll drill this one. We'll do like at least 10, 15 of these. Because I think this is the one we did the least of this month. I want to make sure y'all get some more bullets down the barrel with this one. All right, we're in front headlock. I gotta give his hands a job, okay? Sometimes the go behind is gonna be there, but like I want you to get used to when I'm here, I'm going for broke first, right? Even if I don't get it, I want to give his hand a job to make it easier to circle. From here, even when you circle, you can keep your chin strap, right? You can keep your chin strap, and you can even pull his chin away. Just makes it suck even more, makes it even easier to control this like checkpoint while we wait and see if he's gonna be naive or not. Right? If he's still shelled up, we can continue taking the back, or in this case, you're gonna come out through. I'm gonna lock a 10-finger grip, but you can do a gable. But I want to make sure I tuck my elbow back and over the head so I can control his posture. I don't want to drive into him. I'm gonna post out. And I'm going to use this post to drive almost like a circle and take his chin to his armpit. Here. As soon as we land, I'm already circling and blocking him from coming up with just my body. Okay, 90 degrees, please. Here. I'm going to punch through. I'm never going to unlock my hands here. I'm going to pull my hand as deep through as I can, trying to go through and back towards his back, or towards the center of his back here, as deep as I can. Now, I lose no contact throughout this motion. I lock, I get my head out of the way, and I start to bring everything nice and tight in. I don't want to sprawl back. That's a common mistake. I want to bring everything nice and tight. I take my knee on his chest. I can't even mount him if I want. I usually just stay here and I drive my head towards the mat. And I try to make that primary elbow as shallow as possible, that primary arm, my left arm, as shallow as possible. I'm retracting it. I'm trying to rotate for the finish. I'm not squeezing. I'm allowing my body to move, my elbows to rotate for the choke. Okay, that makes sense. This is the one we did the least of, so I anticipate we'll need a few reps, but does that conceptually make sense? Okay, all right, any questions? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Genius. Yeah, Hudson, you already know this, man.
Come on, Mike. Let's get it out of the way. You're gonna shoot for the.
I know. I thought about that so
Good
far.
lead.
Especially since it started, I was like, man.
No, you're gonna need your backside on now. Yeah, yeah.
It's not big, like it's
Yeah, you wanna set this arm all the way through. No, all the way through. You think they're in, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take my head to my there.
Elbow over the head, Zach.
Oh, that's
Yeah. That's going to help break him down. Now start to circle out towards his hips. Give yourself a drive leg. Now you're really just circling. What you're driving off of that back leg, and you're taking his chin to his near side armpit. Yeah, but you got to keep that locked the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Am I getting the arm in?
What's that?
So like I'm just double checking.
Yeah.
I was here,
Uh-huh.
and then he goes to defend.
Yes.
So as I like go over here, I need to switch hips and then lock it in, and then just kind of.
Wait. Sorry, what? Go back for a second.
I thought I was having to lock his arm in.
So,
With this.
so you're gonna go do your go behind on this side if you're
Oh, on this? Okay, yeah, that's what I was throwing us off. But yeah, we're here. So we're
Block the elbow. Yep. Can you circling around? Yeah, just stay connected to it. Right now, your right arm's gonna shoot through it, come out his neck. Right, now you can lock a 10-finger or a gable grip.
Yeah.
Alright. But I want your left, your primary hand, I want the palm. Yeah. Now you see, now this, now take his chin towards his near side armpit. Yeah. But don't really rotate like that, you know?
okay.
You want to finish on the side.
Right here for the doors.
Yeah, now, as soon as you get here, you want to start circling just so you can't easily get up. Now pull your hand through. Yep. Now take your bicep to your hand. Move your head out of the way and start to circle in and take your knee to his chest. Head towards the mat as you rotate the elbows. Try to make that elbow shallow as you take your head towards the mat. You can also mount him if you prefer. But it's a rotational finish. It's not a squeeze, it's just a rotation. It's always about as deep as we can to lock everything up and then sinking it all back as shallow as possible. Yeah, 1 second.
Where do my arms go?
What's that?
Where do my arms go?
So you just hit the go behind, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now the right arm comes through, no, under and through.
Here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you 10-finger or gable.
Okay.
I want your primary hand to palm down. Yeah. So now the elbow can kind of come back towards your. You see how now you have like this lever to push her chin towards her armpit. Take your right leg back towards her hips. Post it up because now you're going to be able to drive that. To use your body weight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now we're gonna, without losing contact, you're gonna pull your strangle hand all the way through as far as you can. So just like pull it, like with your other hand. You're trying to pull everything through. Yeah. Take the bicep, move the hand, walk up and move your head out of the way. Now take your right knee up, circle up on your chest, head towards the mat, and rotate the elbow. Yeah. Nice. That was beautiful.
That felt better.
Yeah, the finish looks really good.
This comes through. Right?
Yeah, I did.
So don't be afraid to like let your hips come up a little bit, kind of build a little height.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just as long as your left knee is down on the mat blocking her elbow, you can even post out on your right leg. Yeah. So this shoots through. Yep. With the palm down. And then a gable or a 10-finger. Yeah, it just depends on like your arm length and everything. Yeah. So now you can start to circle your left leg back towards your hips, kind of post out. You're going to use that to basically drive your body on that line that you want.
And then
Take her chin to her chest using your leg and your elbow. Yes, but you see how you're sitting right now?
oh yeah.
Yeah, if you're up, she'll kind of fall in this little hole that you're creating. Yep. Now start to circle around. Yep, just to block her from getting up. It could have been cool all the way through. Try to get your knuckles like Yep, perfect. Bicep to hand. Move your head out of the way so you can touch your shoulder. While forward. Now circle up and your left knee comes to her chest. Start to circle your body. Your left knee comes on her chest. You're gonna pull it through. Yeah. And you can circle your other leg out.
Good. Yeah.
You can circle your other leg out. You're just trying to like circle around.
This makes it
And then the finish is like head towards the
You're welcome to bring me.
to your elbow. Yeah, and your head just continuously, everything's locked up, right?
Yeah.
Here, I'm driving my head and my knee down on her.
I'll shoot this one.
And I'm constantly trying to make this choke knife again as shallow as possible, as deep as possible. As shallow as possible. It should be a strangle. If it's like it just needs some tweaking. Yes, yeah. That's all about the.
painful though.
It's really about the elbow position.
Elbow.
Yeah, if your elbow's out of position, it'll be a crank. Yep. Nice.
Yeah, but I'm landing to your back, ain't it?
Use that post leg.
I am.
Yeah, post it up. The other one.
Yeah, but that's what's that.
Yeah.
I roll
Not break her down.
your back straight.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about your other. I'm.
As deep as you can. And then, yep. Take the bicep to the elbow. See how you just took your hand to your bicep? Instead, take the bicep to the hand next time. Pull as deep as you can through. And back. Back. Take and so keep your hand right here. Just try to take your bicep to your hand without moving. Yeah. Now walk up. Keep everything nice and tight. Just walk the hand up to the back. But it just can't lose. You see that? Everything stays locked up in your chest. Everything here. Move your head out of the way. Nice. Now we start to circle up on your knee. Take your head towards me and rotate your left elbow towards me. See here.
No, palm down.
Head towards my hand and you're going to rotate your left elbow.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
Makes sense?
Kind of like that.
That felt
Like
a
you-
lot more like a joke.
You're here, right?
Yeah.
I want to take this elbow that's in front of her. I want to try to take it towards your seat.
Just that.
No, this is the. So what we did, here's the cue.
Because now you're gonna knee on shows.
When you first pulled this through, right? We pulled it.
And you're turning it
through.
like this.
I took my bicep. Walk it. Put the head out of the way. Now,
Oh,
this hand is so deep, I want to make it as shallow as possible now for the finish. So as I start to rotate my body and my head towards the mat, I'm gonna try to take this elbow and rotate it back to where my wrist is actually coming out, getting as shallow as possible. That makes sense. We got our wrist as deep as possible to set it up, and we're making it as shallow as possible. Right, and it's a little complicated at first, and then when it clicks, like you got it.
It makes sense to me, but I'm gonna feel it first. Because
This is much better than like traditional, just like squeezing. Use a drive leg to break her down. Pull through as deep as possible. Bicep to hand. walk up. Now we want to make that left arm as shallow as possible as we take our head towards the mat and our knee arm.
Those are great. Oh. Do you want to just get Zip needs to do it again? So,
Make sure you take the hand. Don't take the hand, the bicep. Always the biceps of the hands. Yep. Now that doesn't move anymore until you've got everything set. And then
what's that?
you're kind of, you see how you're kind of picking her up though? Yeah. You're picking her up.
Yeah.
I want to take your head towards the mat.
That's what's that.
Yeah, like drive into her. Instead of trying to pick her up and bring her into you. Drive into her and rotate.
I feel like
Take her head towards the mat. Here.
It's better.
It's also gonna it's gonna open up that mobility for you to rotate that. If you drive it through.
So essentially, she's kind of her next sliding down to wrist area.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what's gonna show.
I'm not.
At first, it's like way up here, and then we make it shallow.
Yeah.
Hey, any questions? You had a question, right, Chad?
Yeah, what's up? He was showing. When you're at the end of Gilbert. Or going here, you might this. Are you putting your arm over first, or are you shooting underneath first? Are you doing this or this? Just
Kind of depends
control,
on what you want.
just controlling
Yeah,
until you can get here.
yeah. I usually just keep it connected to them in some fashion. If I start to bring my if we start going behind and I start to circle my hips out,
Mhm.
then I'm really disciplined about my arm position and keeping it on the center line. But right here, like I like remember when we went over keeping it here until your hips have actually reached all the way back and covered their hips. Otherwise, he's gonna sweep you.
So we are taking our hips back, or?
Well, no, just like if you chose to
Oh,
here,
that's okay.
here you're gonna shoot through the dars, right?
Okay, so through
You can
here,
play either.
and then taking them over,
Hmm.
and then you're bringing your hand up.
Yeah, pull it through.
Mhm.
But I want your knuckles on his back.
This knuckle,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, now that hand doesn't move. The ones the knuckles that are glued to his back don't move.
Mhm.
You just move them. See it?
I did.
Yeah. Take your bicep to your hand. Don't move your hand. Yeah. Walk all the way up without moving that hand. Put your head out of the way. Circle up. Left knee on his chest. Take your head to the mat and rotate. Nice.
I think on a few of them, they were just like retract, like losing, like create the gap here.
Yeah, we would create a gap because we were thinking retract your elbow a little bit as opposed to keeping the space cinched and rotating.
The lock doesn't move. It's just my elbows
Right.
that rotate around it. And so the idea being, if I landed here, I pull this through as deep as I can. Now this doesn't move as much as possible. The more that I retract this before I even have it all locked up, it's gonna be a neck crank. Here,
Yeah, that's what we did.
see how that doesn't move?
Mm.
And I'm moving, watch me move my body. If I can't take my bicep all the way, just move your body. Then your bicep will reach, okay? So here,
That's what you were doing good with.
now this doesn't move. This is locked. I walk up, get my head out of the way. Now I start circling and watch my left elbow start to dip as I retract my right elbow towards my pocket. See that? And this is for those people like with really small necks that are really hard to strangle. You do this and you take your head towards the mat. Okay. It's all about the finish. The setup is all about get this thing deep. Okay. The finish is all about get this hand as shallow as possible.
Kind of like knuckles on the shoulder blade.
Exactly. I want
Yeah.
to finish katagatame. My forearm needs to be in line with his jaw. That makes sense. My elbow will be in line with his chin. That makes sense. Right. But if I stay too deep, my forearm is now in line with like the back of his head, or like it's like going that way. It's not here. It needs to be in line with his jaw to finish. So I want it super deep for the setup and super shallow once the lock is set to finish.
So you set the lock and then adjust it without loosening the lock at all.
The
You're
lock
just
doesn't move, my
rotating.
body moves
Yeah,
around.
yeah. Okay, that
My
makes a lot more
shoulders move,
sense.
My body moves, but the lock, the cinch, does not move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like the head shift with the high wrist.
Yes.
You know, you're not creating space. You're just rotating
Yeah.
into position. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, base is the enemy.
That's why we were cranking.
Yeah. Because
yeah,
we
it
were.
could be a neck crank if it stays too deep,
Yeah.
or if you didn't, or if you weren't deep enough when you locked it. All right. So, I'd love to keep going over some stuff, but who's staying for FPI to watch the fights?
What is that?
We're watching Mason. He's about to compete on Fight Pass. There's like a jiu-jitsu on Fight Pass tonight.
For sure.
I will watch
What
it.
time?
I'm just gonna DoorDash, like, we could, DoorDash your own food if you want some food, but like we can hang out.
Yeah, I think the cards started at
Set
about
Yeah,
now.
just started.
Yeah.
But we could get a little more work in while a couple of matches go. If y'all want to keep working, a little review. If not, that's fine too. But I was just gonna say, if you want to stay, you might want to order some food real quick, and then we can keep getting a little work in. Who's not staying?
I know this story.
Not staying. Okay. So why don't we do this? Let's call it real quick. If you're gonna order yourself some food, and then let's get another like 15 minutes of working while we wait on the food and the kind of lower card matches are going on. I'll go ahead and turn it on. We'll get a match in, so y'all get some rolls in real quick before you leave. Are y'all gonna stay?
Maybe.
Hang on. Cool.
Does anybody want OEC? I'll just order it all in one. I was just gonna call it, pick it up. All right for that.
I don't eat after 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
You got that song.
All right.
All right. Cool. Hey, we'll get some matches in real quick.
Helps me
All right.
keep my girl.
If you're staying though, go ahead and order your food, and we're gonna pick this review up at in 10 minutes. All right, 7:13, 7:14.
7:13, we got something. Ron.
She was talking about how like she watched the live stream. She was like, "Oh my god, when those girls went up there, I had to stop watching because she doesn't. I know like female violence to her is like crazy. So she was like, "Oh my, I had to stop watching." I was like, "Oh my god."
All right. Okay, let's go over. Here's the review from our heisting that we did, right? I think we got at least a couple more matches for Mason's on. So, all right. So heisting, the whole idea, getting my hips up, where I'm heisting out. Or my hips are getting above, like in line or above his hips. Right now, he's winning the height battle of the hips, right? Heisting is really helpful, and there's a lot of opportunities in the front headlock from heisting. So one of the most common ways we're going to heist is from this butterfly guard. So as he gives us forward pressure, there's post and there's a post, right? There's a frame to keep him at bay, just at least an elbow frame to keep him at bay. Also got my knee to keep him at bay. The whole idea of the heist is if I put post here, imagine it kind of like a hammock where now my body and my other leg can be weightless and they can sway like a hammock or a swing, right? So here, post, I'm looking to heist to a knee or heist to a tripod. Both are acceptable. Sometimes we only have time to heist to one or the other. But as he's pressuring in, I'm looking for that pressure, and then I want to take it away as I heist and feed him into this hole. Okay. So let's say I'm working with his collar tie, especially. This is where I'm really snapping into that front headlock. He gives me this pressure. I've given him a push. He gives me the response back, and I heist. And I snap him right into the hole. We go straight to the front headlock. Now we're immediately looking for our high wrist. Over the head's got to move. From here, let's run our low elbow. So I go for the high elbow, but he blocks. He reaches up and grabs my shoulder. My shoulder.
Over here.
Up here. Push your hand up. Over your arm on top of my shoulder.
You're grabbing a shoulder blade with your palm.
Yeah. So I can't get a high elbow. See? So now we're gonna switch to our low elbow. Goosenecking my hands, remember? And then I'm gonna jam my hand up in there with a low elbow. Keeping both of my elbows close and retracted towards my trunk. This foot has to get off the mat so that I can rotate it. Okay? So I rotate, toes pointed down towards the mat. So I can lock the closed guard. Sorry. And if he's not already tapping, the finish is going to be here. I'm driving that low elbow. I'm trying to get some extra pressure on that artery since I don't have the pulling mechanism of the high elbow. I'm driving in, and then I'm going to lock my closed guard, and it's going to be a hips up and knees to chest. Okay, everything else stays the same. I don't really do anything here once it's all locked in. It's not like a big rotation or anything. It's just all locked, and then I just compress him into the choke using my legs and my hips. That makes sense. So one more time. Playing from butterfly. We got this collar tie elbow. I give him a push. I get that reaction back. Post so that I can swing and I can heist and snap. Straight front headlock into high wrist. Okay, he's blocking the high elbow. No problem. We gooseneck our hand, reinforce with our palm, weightless lower leg so that I can shift it and shoot it through. Toes pointed down towards the mat. And then I'm going to pull him in. Finishing on a hip, not our butt. We're never finishing guillotines on our butt. Finishing on hips. Okay. All right. Let's run through that one because that was the low elbow is a little tricky.
Do you think that's their most likely reaction though, is to block the high elbow?
If they're aware and been hitting on for sure. But more common, most common across gyms is probably just going to be blocking to the back, which is where we're going to hit that arm guillotine. That's the next one that we see. But else.
So it could be assuming that you're possibly also taking it back and they throw the elbow to keep you from going that direction.
Yeah, which going to the shoulder is kind of smart. If you count 2 for 1 instead, it's kind of hard to go to the back and you take the high elbow.
And the arm in, you're talking about the left, like you were talking about before.
What's that?
You're talking about the one that was on before, not this one.
No, slightly different arm in, right? Because that arm in is not high risk. This is gonna be from the high risk, the one that we did this month. You remember that? It's from the high risk, but when it's because it's arm in high risk, we don't need all the other steps of like gooseneck and all like the 6 things that we usually do. Instead, we're able to just lock in literally anywhere. Lock, close guard,
And it's the same finish mechanic as that low elbow, where I draw him in. And it's actually worse than their tripod, which is the common reaction.
It got worse when I tried to like build heights with my hips, just mainly because I did it to kind of feel like a
gravity just flows them more into the choke.
It's like you're hanging yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. You're holding them by your head.
Yes.
Sucks.
And the balling up really makes a difference because like before, like I was able to just kind of chill out and I think all right.
Yeah.
But when you started balling up, it was like, oh.
It's one of those magic ones where it's like, what do you want to extend? It's like, no, you actually want to contract. And when I started doing that, I started getting taps where I normally wouldn't. Just because I was always extending, but if you have it right, you just.
Yeah, at least for the arm in too. You can drill them if you want, or you can roll, do whatever you want. It's all about 7:30 anyway. I'm sure you want to watch this. I want to roll too. If it wants to roll before y'all head out. But here's the arm in just for the sake of the recording. All right, so here, same position, same old story, giving the threats, all this good stuff. But as I see defends this, and I go to circle, he blocked my hand on my hip, right? Good thing on his part. But here, I still got my high wrist. So my head continues coming towards his shoulder. I lock my wrist. I just grip my own arm anywhere, literally. It doesn't really matter as much in this variation as long as I've got a grip. Same story, weightless leg, knee, toes down, ball to the hip, close guard. If he tripods, doesn't matter. Knees to chest, and I'm taking my chin up.
Yeah, I got a nice trip to Candyland.
I'll do one with candy. So you go right. Let's do another angle here. Here, right headlock. I'm giving his hand the job initially, but he goes to defend. Here, I'm gonna defend the choke. Right now, I'm gonna circle, and he defends that. Blocks the hip. Perfect. But I got my high wrist. I'm locking a grip around my wrist. I'm moving my head towards the shoulder as I round this corner. Foot comes off the mat. I don't want friction. Foot comes up, toes down. Rotate through. Close guard. If he tripods, doesn't matter. Knees to chest. I think nothing else. Everything else stays the same. Just draw him in and cut his head off with that lock whip. Cool. All right, 1, 2, 3. That's enough. Well, there's more that we did this month. I didn't realize we did a lot this month.
It's a nice addition at the end there. Cut his head off.
But we're gonna. I'll review the rest of it Saturday. Whoever else shows class for Saturday, I'll review the rest of it. So, y'all keep rolling, drill whatever you want to do. I'm just waiting on the food. That's what the roll till the food's here.
Can I get one with?
Yes, please.